Okay, good afternoon. So today is Sunday, June 8th, and um so June is Men's Mental Health Month. So considering this is like a mental health spirituality podcast, we definitely have to talk about it. So I'm gonna give some information, facts about it from that I have learned online and go from there. So hopefully the last episode was good and you guys listened. Um, and hopefully everyone is taking care of themselves and their mental health and that this will be helpful information, whether it be for you or a relative or a friend or husband, boyfriend, anything like that. So let's get into it. So, men's mental health. This is from love.your.mental on Instagram, by the way. I just happened to find it scrolling. Um, so it says, silence isn't strength. Men are often told to tough it out, but real strength is speaking up. 1 in 5 men face mental health challenges. Most men don't seek help. Suicide rates are highest among men. Let's break this cycle. So, Um, that one, there's like a couple different points, so I'll just kind of talk about each one. So definitely silence isn't strength. I think that a lot of the times in our society and like growing up, um, especially for I would say, I mean, my only experience is with black and brown people, so um, I would say definitely in that culture, in our culture, like that is something that's kind of perpetuated is like tough it out and like but boys don't cry and men are supposed to be more tough and not be emotional, and I think that this not only impacts mental health but also just like their ability growing up to be emotionally mature and emotionally available in relationships of all kinds. So it's definitely something to consider, especially for those who are raising young men. um, it's very important for everyone's mental health, not just men, but we as humans, we have to have that outlet and we have to have those safe spaces to be able to speak about our mental health and things that are going on, and even to be able to recognize what's going on in yourself. And I think that as you grow up, when you're being taught those things, and that there is strength in your words and your emotions and your ability to express yourself, that it will like certainly break the cycle, but it can also prevent this rate of suicide and like self-harm and just mental health issues within the male community. So definitely silence isn't strength. If there's any males out there, you don't need to be tough. You can talk to somebody, whether it be a professional or a family member or a friend, or can reach out to me, anything. Just don't suffer in silence. So, number two, check in. It's more than I'm fine. Mental health doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it's snapping at people you love, feeling numb or disconnected, sleeping too much or not at all, always needing to stay busy. These are signs to pause, not push through. You deserve support. So, this is a really great one. I think that um, I'm a millennial, and I think that a lot of millennials, male and female, and I mean all generations, I guess, but I know just kind of from experience that this is something that we do a lot, which is like push through and try to stay busy and try to just not really acknowledge what's going on with ourselves and just say that everything is fine, when it could not be. So, again, like this part says, like you deserve support. And sometimes it's not easy to say to someone that, hey, I don't think I'm doing well mentally, right? Because for me, I know for me, my fear with that is like, I don't want to end up in a situation where I can't, or I feel like I can't get out of, or it's going to make things potentially worse for me. I don't want to be on medication. I'm heavily like not, I mean, I don't have any mental health diagnoses that would cause me to be on medication. I think that if it's something that could be helpful to someone, I for sure support that. But I also support people who don't want to be on medication and kind of live their life on their own terms or avoid any type of side effects that a medication can bring. So I think there's benefits on both ends, but I also think that the most important thing is to ensure your safety and the safety of those around you in your life. So, making that, that smart, conscious decision of what the best route would be. And most importantly, just not thinking that you can just say, I'm fine through everything. Like sometimes we're not fine. And sometimes you just need that little bit of help, even if it might not even be as far as medication, it could just be therapy. Um, I think that the stigma around therapy has definitely changed throughout the years and to be more accepting of it. But I know that there are still people who carry that stigma with it. And I think that, again, you're responsible for yourself and your health. And so anything that's going to help you, I think that you should be open to trying it at least and seeing so that you can actually be fine rather than just saying you're fine as a solution to not to avoid like dealing with whatever's going on with you mentally. The next one, healing looks like talking to a therapist, like I just said, setting boundaries, saying I need help, taking a break. There's no shame in taking care of your mind. Um, Another one, like I was saying, talking to a therapist is no shame in that. Setting boundaries, I think that is definitely something that uh again, I would talk about like the community that I grew up in, black and brown. Like I as a child and growing up, you're not really taught to set boundaries. To an extent. I think that um there are certain things that you're taught, like as far as like not letting somebody touch you or things like that. But I think that mental health wise, I don't think that that was taught enough really. Probably because it wasn't taught to the generation before and for like that. I think that a lot of the times, people are living off of survival mode mentally, and with that doesn't really come. It comes with setting boundaries, but it's more so just like whatever I have to do to get through so I can get to where I need to be versus hey, like this is not good for my mental health, and like I know for me, even for when it comes to work, like I will take a mental health day. If I feel like I'm overstimulated or I'm just getting burnt out at work, and I can't function properly, or sometimes I'll feel like, all right, I just don't like I don't want to be here. Like I don't want to be here because I don't feel like working because I feel like, hey, I would rather be out like enjoying my time or, doing something else, obviously. But like when you feel overstimulated or over burnt out, like I don't even have the like you don't want to get up out of bed to go to work, then like you have to pay attention to that. And it's okay to take a mental health day to like check in with yourself or readjust or just kind of reset yourself to be able to get back into it. I think that again, like it says, saying I need help or taking a break is there's nothing wrong with that. So we all need breaks. Nobody's a machine. Nobody can keep going, going, going and never take care of yourself and give yourself a break. We all need it. Your body needs a break. Your brain needs a break. Your heart, everything will need a break. And saying I need help. There's nothing wrong with saying you need help, whether it be mental health help or just help in general. I can't figure this out in my life, or I can't navigate this properly, or I don't understand what I'm feeling. Right? Like sometimes I know I'm in that where I just don't understand what I'm feeling, but I know I'm feeling something. And so sometimes talking it out with someone will help you better understand what it is that you're going through and to create a solution, or somebody else can help you with the solution. Just because we're adults doesn't mean that you can't ask for help. There should be no shame in taking care of yourself and of your mind. And with that comes with these things of like setting boundaries, asking for help, and taking a break. So let's end the stigma, like it says, and try to do those things. So when it June is men's mental health month, and so with that, definitely want to send love to the men who are struggling mentally. who suffer with suicidal thoughts, who are scared to speak up, who are in therapy, excuse me, and are feeling alone, who feel dismissed by society. Um, it's okay for you to take up space, to be vulnerable, to stop for a while, to make peace with your mistakes, for you to take as much time as you need. It's okay for you to keep growing. It's okay for you not to have it all figured out. And it's okay for you to choose you at the end of the day. And to understand the importance of your your mind. Your mind is a very powerful thing, and that's what essentially keeps us going in life. And so we are responsible for caring for our mental health and being aware of when things are not going well and being able to say something, do something about it, and not just let it kind of fester. Um, to find solutions or get help to find solutions. Um, and so, yeah, I really do hope that this was helpful. Um, I don't think I knew that June was men's mental health month, so this is new to me too. But I think that it's definitely appropriate. Then Father's Day is this month, so I know dads, deal with stuff that might impact their mental health or just in general. Like life be life, and I will say that over and over again, life be life, and so I highly encourage any listeners who are men or who, women who have men in their lives, like check in with them. And when someone's checking in with you, like you have to also take into mind that we're all adults and we have things going on. So it's not, sometimes you're going to have to be honest with yourself first. The earlier and the better you can be honest with yourself, then it will be easier for you to share whatever it is with other people. And I say that because I'm like, all right, if you're saying I'm fine, but you're not fine, that makes it hard for the other person because we as adults, we don't want to push people, or make someone feel like something's wrong with them. But if something is wrong with you, like find someone who you really trust and 100% is has your best interest in mind and tell them, like something's going on and or you need to talk to somebody or you sometimes we just need to vent or you just need to, like I said, say something and hear somebody else's opinion on it and they can help you figure out and navigate your feelings or whatever the issue is. And so I say that to encourage, like, don't keep it in, don't stay silent, tell someone. And it's okay to seek therapy. It's not like it's something that you have to be committed to for the rest of your life. You can go to therapy for months and then kind of graduate, so to speak. And then sometimes a life instance will happen and you'll feel like you have to go back. It's not something that you can just do one time and that's it. Like you can do it as many times as you need to in your life. Um, it's there to help you. So that's the most important thing is like keeping you healthy and in doing so, use your resources, use the people in your life to help you in times of definitely in times of like mental health crisis or just mental health issues or just going through something, right? Sometimes we just go through stuff that, you know, you might say is minor, but somebody else might feel like it's a major. So nothing is too minor for you to discuss out loud and help yourself rather than keeping it inside. Even if you have to just journal it, write it down. Like that's another way of dealing with stuff too. So the whole point is like to not keep things bottled in because that can impact you not just mentally but physically also. Like that's how you can develop, diseases and like things with your body because our body is all it's a system, like our nervous system, our brain, all our heart, all that is connected. So if something is one of them is off, then eventually it will start to spread to the others and that's a whole other thing to deal with. So that's why it's important to let it out. And sometimes letting it out just involves like talking about it or going to do things that you enjoy or exercising. Like there's so many different avenues to let it out. So just don't keep it in. And it's okay also sometimes if you are in a space where you're like, I just want to, I can't let it out. I have to be in the bed for a while. Just recognize that like you can't stay there and that's a temporary fix. So I hope this was helpful and I will post the things that I read off of on my page also for you to be able to see and visit that page. Um, as always, I'm your host, Chanel. This is Black Hippie Lounge. I will also share a few songs again on my page. Hopefully that was like something that people enjoyed. I'll keep doing that if I can remember. And as always, meditate, manifest, invest in you. Take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday and a great start to your week.